Yo, what's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drinks with JD. My main man, J Spooks.
How you doing?
What's up, my brother? What's up?
Chilling, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. I appreciate you being here.
Of course, man.
Drinks with JD, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Let's introduce you to the Planet S.O.N audience. Can you please let them know who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Yeah, man, for sure. My name is J Spooks. I'm from San Diego, California, and I make music.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, my brother. Okay. Well, let me take it back a little bit. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, man. So I remember back in 2015, right? You and your friends, you guys dropped this amazing single, right? And you guys literally took over the world, right? Now, you know, fast forward to today, you know, that single is 5 times platinum, you know, and you guys have done so much, especially for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Where you dropped like a plethora of music, you know, from full LPs to hot singles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my first question for you is how proud are you of yourself for accomplishing so much in hip hop so far?
I mean, very proud, you know what I'm saying? It's a genuine feeling, just off the rip, you know, I'm just being able to be a kid with all these big dreams and like, just to see it happen, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, it's like, it's very like unreal, still like very surreal to me.
Yeah.
Every day I get to wake up and make music, I'm just kind of like, still like, damn, this is what I, you know, get to do every day. Like,
Yeah.
so cool still, you know, I still get a kick out of it, and I don't know, man, I enjoy doing it, you know what I'm saying? So
That's what I'm talking about. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
bro.
All right, man. So let's take it back a little bit just so we could get to know you a little bit more. Is that
For
cool?
sure, yeah.
Okay, so I know right now you just mentioned how you're from San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Can you please let us know where specifically you were born and raised?
Lemon Grove, California, specifically, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
man.
And what schools did you go to growing up?
Elementary school, I went to San Miguel. Another one like La Mesa, it's like Rolando or Vista La Mesa.
Yeah.
And then middle school, Lemon Grove Middle, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah, very original. And then high school, Mount Miguel High School.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
So
Okay,
it was,
okay.
you know, very, all like in the same kind of range everywhere, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking you, where are your parents from?
My parents are from, my dad's side of the family's from Mexico. My mom's side of the family, a lot of them are from like the Temecula area.
Oh, okay.
So they're all Native American.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? So yeah, it's like very like separate ways. But yeah, my dad's full Mexican, so I get that side from him. And then my mom, she's half Mexican, half Indian.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm like a little bit of Indian. Don't
Yeah,
get paid from it, but
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's cool, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now, you know how you just said how your dad's he's from Mexico?
Yeah.
Did you ever go over there, like in Mexico, just to go visit, maybe spend some time with family?
Not a lot growing up. There's like a few times I went out there, like with my mom's friend. Like one time we did a trip down there. I didn't go a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of family that I still haven't met.
Yeah.
Probably don't even know who I am. Don't
Okay,
even know about the song because just, you know, it's so separated. My grandma held it all together for a long time because she lived in Mexico and she lived with us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like she was able to like kind of connect
Wow.
us in a way, but still, you know, I had never met a lot of my family, like I said. So it's just, you know, it's kind of like who's who, you know.
No doubt, no
Every
doubt.
time I see them or whatever it is.
Yeah, especially because I mean we're talking about another country, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's hard to just travel. I mean I I feel you on that because also my father, he's from down south Mexico, right?
Oh,
in Michoacan.
okay, yeah.
So like it's not easy for me to just go. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. It's a long, and to get across the border, you know what I'm saying, all the time, it's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, I feel you.
Dealing with that every day. But
No,
there was
no.
like a moment of time when I did go down there after, you know, the song Chill Bill came out. I
Yeah.
lived down there for like a good, probably like 2 months of my life.
Okay.
Good experience though.
No
Cool.
doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
You know what? Can we stay on that topic? I remember I saw a vlog of yours like a couple years ago when you were showing your dope house in Rosarito.
Yeah, Rosarito.
Yeah, how was that actually?
It was cool, bro.
Yeah.
It was honestly like that was like the first time I ever got like like real rap money. So
Okay,
that's like my
okay.
first time I got like a big check and was able to just kind of like do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Like at that time it was kind of a poor decision, but honestly, like to take all the homies out to Mexico and
Yeah.
like be in a house like that, it was kind of just like I said, so surreal. It's something that I can look back on and just be like, you know what, that wasn't like that dumb of an idea, you know.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Like I definitely like probably should have made better decisions back then, but for the experience, I'll definitely never like regret that.
No doubt.
A lot
Okay,
of the
okay.
things, you know.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, let's say, okay, you know how right now we're talking about, you know, your childhood years a little bit, you know.
Right.
Besides music, were you interested in other things, like just where, like, let's say you're like, man, I want to grow up and be this. Like, what were your other interests?
Baseball. I like baseball a lot growing up. Definitely sports, like any other kid, you know what I mean? But I noticed early on, like I wasn't like like that athletic.
Yeah.
I wasn't like that. Like I was good. Like I was good enough to play. You know what I'm saying? But I, like as I got into like high school and like got older, I just realized like I wasn't like that coordinated or like. So I mean, early on though, like I remember just like even just being a kid, like always just being into music, like just all kinds of different kinds of music, you know. So I think from an early age, it kind of just like I knew what I wanted. Like maybe not like the rapping part, like maybe didn't want to be a rapper, but I definitely wanted to do something with music, you know. So
you know what? Let's stay on that. Let's touch on that. Where, how old were you when you finally showed interest in music?
Like what do you mean? Like actually like like recording music?
Yeah, like recording. Yeah, I guess, you know, like let's say when did you write your first rhyme? You know what I'm saying? Like
okay, yeah. My first rhyme was like, it was like when I was like in 8th grade, I think.
Okay.
And like I remember like I had like this packet of my dad used to write poems.
Yeah.
So like they're like love poems.
Okay.
So like I remember like going through them, and I remember like just being like, what the heck? Like this is my dad wrote these, and my dad has really nice handwriting.
Wow.
So like you can read them so good still, you know. And like he like the way he did his like letters, like you could tell he took his time on each letter, you know. But so like I remember reading through all those, and like I just remember like I would write my own poems. So like I guess that's like kind of like a song, you know. But I didn't like ever think of it like a song. Like I was just writing these poems because like my dad's writing them, so I'm like, I want to write a love poem, or like, you know, he's like saying some real stuff, or like at the time it's probably like I'm just, you know, like kind of like maybe not understanding it, or just like, you know, but I was inspired, so I thought it was cool, and I was like, you know, I'll do it. So I tried it, like I said, and I just remember writing my first one and kind of being like, yeah, this is crazy. I didn't know I could like rhyme words like that good. I didn't know it was that easy, and I just like kind of like started writing a lot every day, and like eventually like it's crazy as it sounds, like there was like a phase in time like when I listened to a lot of like Lil Rob. Lil Rob was like I don't know why, it was just like a phase.
Hey, we San Diego boys, so I totally understand.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I really like dove into his whole like catalog, you know what I'm saying. So I know a lot of Lil Rob music. Besides,
he's a legend,
like,
man.
Yeah, he's a legend, you know. But I really enjoyed it. A lot of people would say it was kind of like corny or like too cholo or like, you know, but
I love Lil Rob myself.
I just appreciated the fact that he sampled all the oldies. There was like an album where he sampled, it was like Brown Pride or something like that. But
all of them, that's what he does.
It was so like it felt like it was just so real. Like even though like it was like a certain kind of people that maybe listen to his music until summer nights, like I just felt like it was like he was being real. Like so it's always what I wanted to do with being in music, is just kind of just but just be myself, you know. Just and if people don't like it, then you know it's fine, but at the end of the day, like at least I know like who I am and what I like, you know.
For sure. Now you know how right now you're speaking on how you started writing poetry, right, and started rhyming. And obviously you got influenced by your father, and hey, you know, you have that in your blood, right? We can say that. When did you show it to your family, like, yo, you know, this is what I do, like as in like my poetry, like, hey, read my poetry or read my lyrics?
I didn't like actually like show anybody, like because I was so like scared. I was a shy kid, bro. I was very like I didn't want anybody to see anything, like, so for a long time I mean I bet you like my mom like because the room I was like in was like you had to go through it to get to the laundry room. So like I'm sure my mom like was like
she heard
nosy,
something,
you know, or seen something, or like, you know. But I think like it was definitely a point in time before I came up with the name J Spooks.
Yeah.
I went by this name Antic Tone.
Oh, okay.
And like that was kind of like my first like alias like name like. But I have a video on YouTube like under Antic Tone.
Yeah.
And you can just like see the difference like in this kid and like who he became over time, and like I don't know, it's crazy to see it. You know, I watch it sometimes and I'm like, man, like it's just like so like innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really didn't know what I'm talking about, or I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know like what sound I wanted yet, but I knew I wanted to rap. So like it's cool to listen to. You know how?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Now, when your family finally like, okay, you know, it's already exposed that, you know, you write, you know, that you either write poetry or lyrics.
Right.
Were they encouraging, like saying like, yo, you know, just keep going, man, you're pretty good at this?
Yeah, I mean, my family's always been like very like pushing us to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Especially my dad, like he raised us to just to never give up. You know what I mean? Just to always keep trying, and like even if you like fucking fail, like just keep going. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like opportunities are endless, and over time I just learned like with opportunity, it's like you have the chance to like almost redeem yourself every single time if like, you know what I mean, if it's on your terms. Like obviously with certain people you may not get that second chance, but I feel like with life it's kind of like God gives you that second chance.
Exactly.
Always, you know. So like I think just having that in the back of my head, I just always felt like, especially being like a middle child, it's something about being a middle child that's very like, because my brother's completely different from the way I am. It's almost like if I'm the older brother a little bit, he's definitely my older brother, but you know what I mean? Like, it's same to my little sister. I just always had like the role, like kind of like the parent role.
Okay.
Just kind of like I raised my sister, like, because my parents were always working, and like they got home like after dark, so like I had to go pick my sister up from school, and like, so just always being involved. Like we're always like, you know what I'm saying, very close, and like it just like kind of played out like pretty crazy after the music took off, you know? That's when it got pretty crazy, so.
Okay.
Just a journey, man.
I feel you, my brother. Okay, so I'm only assuming, right, that, you know, especially by the words that you were saying, that, okay, so you're writing poetry, right? And obviously, you know, the lyrics, and I'm pretty sure, I'm just assuming that you know, having you know, parents from different places, that you listen to different type of music like jazz or whatever, you know, but different genres. But at what point did you know you fell in love with the hip-hop genre?
Oh man, I knew I loved hip-hop when I heard Just a Friend by Biz Markie. I knew I loved it after that, because it was almost like I felt like I could say whatever I wanted. When I heard that song, I felt like, okay, I can go talk about anything I want that like that's relatable to people, and it's like easy to it's easy to the ear, you know what I mean? So like it was like right away I heard him, I was just like, what? Like I wanna rap, I wanna say something like that. That's not like so. Yeah, it's such a good song. You know what I mean? You go hear it, you're just like, man, it's a great song. So like, I don't know, like that song really made me want to like, all right, I want to be a rapper.
Okay.
Like,
now, when did you hear it though? Like, when was that moment?
I was like 8 years old, 9 years old.
Yeah.
Definitely like my dad played it for me.
Yeah.
And it was maybe like when like YouTube started becoming a thing. I think like he was able to show me a lot more music that he really wanted to, that he didn't have. To expose you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because at a certain time it was just like whatever he had on CD, and like diving into those, it was kind of like a lot of different music. My dad like he liked a lot of different music, from like Christina Aguilera to Shakira to like cumbias to
and you were just exposed for
everything, you know what I'm saying? So Eminem, like so like there was just like a rap, like I knew all about West Coast really young. He put me on the CD I grew up on was the West Side Connection. Okay. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember him just playing that so much. Bow Down, like
it's one of my favorite records of all time.
He would put on he would get, I'm not sure if he got like 2 copies, but I just remember always hearing like he always had a clean version, and sometimes he had like the dirty version he would let me hear sometimes, like if I like was doing good, or like you know, if he felt like I deserved to hear that.
Let me listen to this song.
Like it was crazy, but he knew I liked music at a young age. Both my parents did, and like I think like they definitely just like always like at least maybe not like were able to financially like support it, you know, because times were hard back then. But I think just them keeping my dream alive and like allowing me to go chase it, and just to be like you know, not like so like hard on me to, because after high school I had to go get a job, you know, I had to go, you know, I didn't do the whole high school thing right, so I had to go get a job, and I was working at Food for Less for a long time, not a long time, but like maybe like 6 months, and so I like just doing stuff like that, you kind of just like learn like, all right, definitely don't want to be wasting my time doing this forever, you know, I would definitely want to see like what my options are and see like how far I can take it, you know, and then when you got homies who kind of like, cause like I was the kind of dude in high school that when I finally got my equipment set up at home, I noticed like a lot more people started seeing how real it got, so I was able to post my mic, and you know, on Facebook everybody's kind of like, what the heck, you're rapping, like that's crazy, you know, and I think like what really took people to take me serious was I did the what's it called? In high school, what do? You do
like
it was not a play, but like
like you perform something.
You perform, but
like,
what's it called for the
what is it? What is it, like a rehearsal?
Not a rehearsal, but like you go and you do an act for the whole crowd. Right?
What's it called? Oh man, I totally understand what it is.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like a play, but it's like
so it's slipping my mind right now. Yeah,
I don't know the word, but it's
like a talent show.
A talent show, right? So a talent show, and I was like so scared, bro.
Wow.
Like, this is
Mount Miguel. This is Mount Miguel.
Okay. So like this is crazy because I remember like just feeling like, dude, like, you know what I mean? Nobody, like, everybody was kind of looking at me like, you know, you're J Spooks. Like, what are you trying to do? You know, I'm just this little guy, bro. Like, and I remember I just did it. I did like a Mac Miller cover. It was like my junior year or senior year, and like after that, like people like really took it serious. They're like, okay, like you're J Spooks, like you're making music, and that's how I met like a lot of the homies that are on like, you know, Chill Bill, and the whole squad actually. They all pretty much went to Mount Miguel with us, and like we all grew up in Lemon Grove, so like. You know, all just always been friends.
No doubt.
Yeah.
All right, man. So you reached different milestones in hip hop. What made you dream bigger than Lemon Grove?
I definitely feel like just at a young age, I can see like the potential within like a good community. You know what I mean? I can see the potential within like the others around me. Meaning like when you're a kid at a certain age, you start to see. Well, at least for myself, speaking for myself, I started to see like just like who people were for who they were. You know what I'm saying? Like meaning like you got certain people who just got high energy. You got some people who are just chilling. You know what I'm saying? So meaning like I just always seen it like, you know, we have the balls in our hands. We're at the perfect age. It's just the right time, and if we have to work the show for it and we just let the music speak for itself, I think that's how I always seen it. You know, and I feel like the opportunities are endless at that point once you put yourself out there, and you got music that everybody likes, you know. So,
that's what I'm talking about. Okay, man. So let's talk a little bit about Chill Bill, right? It's been almost 7 years since you and your peers released the record, right?
Right.
Since then, it's been certified 5 times platinum. And it launched yours and your friends' careers, right?
Right.
Now that we're years ahead of it, and you know we could look back at it now and give it a fair assessment. You know, let's talk about, let's say, just the good things real quick about it, and see if you could, you know, let us know what you went through while going through that stage of life, right? So for the young J Spooks out there, right, who look up to you and want to match your goals, can you let us know the feeling that you felt when you knew that your song took over the world?
It's crazy, bro. It's just unreal. You know what I mean? There's no word to describe that feeling. It's kind of just like I picture it like being something to like skydiving or like whatever that feeling is. Like it's just like a crazy feeling. Like you can't sleep at night. You know what I mean? You want to stay up all the time. You know, like it's just a crazy feeling. I think for all the J Spooks out there, it's just like you gotta understand. Like you just need a balance when you're going from 0 to 100 so quick. You're not gonna obviously find it right away. You know, as a human being, you gotta learn these things. You know, so you gotta go through some things, and like that's what I feel like his life is just all about. So I think it's just maybe taking your time and just learning to appreciate like the moment we're in and just like,
Yeah.
take it all in for what it is,
No doubt. And what does that do to a man's confidence? Like knowing that, you know what, like you hit.
Oh man, it makes you feel like you can just, like I said, like the opportunities are just endless,
Yeah.
at this point. It just feels like I can do anything I want to do without it being so cocky. I don't got to go say that publicly. I can just kind of be like, in my head, like, all right, I know like my abilities, what I mean? I know like what I can and can't do. Like, so I feel like at this point, it's kind of like I said, the ball's back in my hand and like I can kind of just do whatever I want with it now,
Okay.
So
I
just
feel
a
you.
matter of time, I feel like.
Can you tell us a little bit about the doors that were open for you during that moment of your life?
Yeah. The doors, a lot of doors open. First
Yeah.
of all, a lot of opportunities that came my way, but the ones that I like remember like the most that stuck out to me were just like the ones like meeting different people that you look up to or are inspired by,
Yeah.
like being in sessions with different cats like producers, engineers, or even just other artists, other
Yeah.
rappers. It's dope, bro. It's like it's almost like you feel like you're on the right track. You feel like you should like, like you should be in that room. Like,
Yeah.
it's a crazy feeling, bro. It's like, it's almost just like, damn, I really did this. I hit the jackpot, or like, is this unreal, or like, did God bless me for a reason, or like, like what? It just makes you question everything. Like, just like anything else you do in life, I feel like when you do something good, or you have finally, get that paycheck after not working for so long, or whatever it is, that makes you feel like that. I think everybody deserves to feel that at least once in their life,
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Now, can you talk about, let's say, one positive thing that you learned about yourself during your come up?
I think just being able to mature with my music, man.
Okay.
Like just to be able to see like how far it can go, and like, like I said, just to know the opportunities are endless, and just to see it from a distance, and just it's almost like when you're seeing a shooting star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it seems probably like you'll never maybe see that again, or like you just don't know. It's unknown. You know what I mean? Like, did I see that right? You might tripping. But like I said, I think just being able to mature as a human being with their music, because I never understood that. Like I said, just going back and watching interviews on my biggest artists and favorite artists growing up, it just makes everything make sense. You know what I mean? Puts everything more into perspective for you to, and almost like when it happens for you, you just kind of know at least a little bit what to do. You have a little bit of a blueprint to go off of.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing, was just seeing the whole like everything slowly go up. Learn when it comes to like learning the actual music.
Oh, yeah. And then also maturing. Like
Maturing, yeah, man, that's the biggest thing.
All right, man. So let's touch a little bit on the negative side, right? Do you have any regrets of how you handled yourself during your come up?
No regrets.
Yeah.
I think for a long time I definitely felt like, felt bad about a lot of decisions I made, but I think ultimately when it comes down to, now, how I feel now, I definitely don't regret it. I think, certain people got to go through certain things to make it make sense, or to make it like just be real for you. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like, definitely a lot of things I'm not gonna say I agree with or I would do today, but I can't sit here and say I regret it, because there's something in me that like made me do that. You know what I'm saying? I own up to what it is, but at the same time, I don't think like saying I regret it is gonna make it any better or make it seem like I'm more sorry than I am. I think it's just kind of like, if you see me and you're able to have a not able to, but if you see me in person and we have a conversation, I think you'll know just by talking to me or kind of just what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I don't gotta like keep explaining myself. You know what I'm saying? When a problem is fixed, I feel like when people want to keep going back and talking about it, I feel like a lot of times it like makes you start to think like, should I be regret, or So at the same time, I think I just made my mind up, and I feel like, being the person I am today, like I said, I don't really live life with regrets, but I think just owning up to my decisions that I made and being more accepting about it, I think that's what makes me keep going. Because I feel like if I live with regrets, definitely slowed me down, you know.
No doubt. And how you were just mentioning, like, hey, if people want to bring stuff up, it's like, bro, like, just forgive and forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you apologize,
yeah,
and
you know?
it's squashed. Hey, man, just
Right,
forget about it.
you know?
Yeah,
Because
let me grow.
if tables are turned, people will probably do a lot more uglier stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just let me grow, and hey, I learned, and that's it. Just let it go. Let's all grow.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
We're
Yeah.
all human beings. We're only human, you
Of
know?
course, we all make
Exactly.
mistakes, man.
Yeah,
No
bro.
doubt. Okay. Now, can you let us know a little bit about how can early success in music negatively affect a young man's mental health? Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. It all just depends on, like, I feel like what background you come from.
Okay.
So, like, just speaking for myself,
Yeah.
I, like, growing up, like I said, I have great parents. They definitely pushed me to be the best, you know, person I wanted to be, and supported me and all that. But when you have a lot of space and a lot of time away from your parents, and, like, you're able to kind of, where you got to make those decisions for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just in the heat of the moment, and you, like, that's all you can do is just be forced to just kind of, like, grow up. I think that's, like, where it can get messed up, because then you kind of turn into, like it's almost like you feel like you got to be in survival mode or something. And I'm just speaking for myself, because the way I look at it is, like, with this big record, you're obviously so happy, and you're like, you know, you want to just see the best come out of it, and you want to, you know, try to take advantage of, you know, what's going on at the moment. You want to seize it, and you want to, you know, expand on it. You want to take the full advantage. But, like, a lot of times I think people don't understand, like, what something as simple as, like, drugs, or even just having a certain amount of money that you never had before, because you never even seen that in your life, you know, what that can do to someone. And it's nobody else's fault, but it's just, like, speaking to people that just don't know, you know, like, people who are coming up that are just kids, 16, 17, even younger, you know, because I noticed, like, the music nowadays is just, like, it's getting younger and younger, you know. So these kids, like, a lot of times they just don't know. Everything's just unknown, you know. So, like, to figure it out, it's like you really got to go through some shit if you're coming from a background, like, speaking for myself. So, and I'm not saying, like, it was that bad to where, like, I had to get on drugs, or, you know, go rip people off for a verse for some money, or, you know, whatever it is that I was doing. I think it just, like I said, it comes down to your background, and just comes down to, like, you know, where you grew up from, and, like, those decisions can, like, really affect, like, you know, what you got going on in the now. But if, like I said, you know, God gives you second chances always, you know. And I feel like once it comes down to you figuring out who you are as a person, and, you know, going through the things you go through as a human, it just makes it more special and more better, you know, when you're able to appreciate it, sit down and soak, like I said, take things in for the moment and what they are, and knowing that, you know, that not everything's going to be in your control. No doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's I can only imagine how the actual come up might have been, because, like, there's no blueprint for it. You know, there's no blueprint to be like, yo, I hit. You know, and then obviously, you know, if you're at a young age, I mean, fortunately, some people can have mentors and people to like, let's say OGs, to, like, yo, you know, steer them in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as you surround yourself, like you were talking about, as long as you surround yourself and with good people, and acknowledge your situation, then hey, you should be good.
Yeah,
right?
you should be good, man, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. So you're a 5-time platinum selling artist, right? And I keep saying that because that's a milestone that so many people try to strive for and accomplish, right?
No, yeah, it's crazy, bro. You know, it's
and it's respect. Crazy. It's respect. You know.
Thank you.
And you consistently drop music.
Yeah.
Right. Like so much music. And after all your accomplishments, what keeps you motivated to, like, continue to make music?
For me personally, it's just the love of music for me personally.
Okay.
You know, I can't speak upon everybody else, you know, what keeps them going, but definitely for me, it's just like, I love music at a young age, and, you know, like, just like I said, to be able to wake up every day and, like, just to create is, to me, like, the best feeling in the world. Like, I'd rather have that every day, you know, over being famous. You know, I'd rather, if it was up to me, ultimately, if I could make money and not be famous, you know, I'd do that, you know. but you know, the music industry the way it is, you know, it is the way it is. So I don't know. It kind of, like I said, I'm just speaking for myself. So a lot of other people got different drives and goals, but I just love making music.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Now, you have an amazing body of work, right? We're talking about a large catalog, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about, you know, full LPs and so many hot singles, right?
Right.
Have you ever gone back and like heard your older stuff and noticed the growth and a more, I guess, better polished version of your sound?
Yeah, bro. On SoundCloud, like
Yeah.
I go back sometimes and like, I'll just, you know, smoke a fat joint
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
you know, just go like listen to like, just to hear myself out and like just to hear what I'm saying, you know, like, you know, what does this kid have to say, you know, at this age, like, you know, like just thinking back on what I was going through and like, you know, like I said, when you're on, you know, when you're dealing with drugs and like, you know, you tend to put a lot more problems that like aren't really as big or like aren't really there in front of you, you know, just because like you feel so vulnerable and you feel so, you know, like you know, you just feel like that, whatever
Yeah.
that is, you just feel like that. So like, I don't know, man, it just kind of goes in hand with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, even though, like, let's say for myself, I mean, I go back and or even let's say preparing for this interview, like me going back to your older stuff and then playing, you know, from Precious, the latest single that you just dropped a couple weeks ago.
Right.
It's growth. It's growth,
Right.
and it's
Thank you.
better polished, and
Thank
even
you.
just listening to even the album that you dropped last year, Lemonface, how like, you know, you go back and you just see a polished sound
Right.
and how you also find your sound. You know what I'm saying, of who you are. All right, man. So as a fan, right?
Yeah.
I hear hints of Lupe Fiasco and Mac Miller in your style, right? Who would you say has influenced the J Spooks sound? Like, what artists have influenced you?
I mean, you're Lupe and Mac both, bro, crazy. You know, I remember Kick Push being a very big song, like very influential song. Mac Miller hits home, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of the homies too. So that's just crazy, you know what I mean? That was like my favorite artist, you know, definitely top 5, definitely number 1, you know what I mean? Just all around great artist, you know, a lot of people can appreciate that from him.
For sure, rest in peace. For sure.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. And I don't know, man, you know, I think the artist that really influenced me, I think, because at a younger age, you know, there was really no Mac Miller yet.
Yeah, of course.
But I guess you can say, for some reason, a lot of oldies music really, like, I feel like shapes the feeling around my music.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, maybe not obviously because it's rap and oldies, but I think like growing up, just hearing that so much, the oldies, my family going through it, listening to oldies, just kind of like a cycle, you know what I mean? It just kind of like it's almost like you can become a part of it, you know what I'm saying? Just as a fan of music, once you get to know the artist or whatever it is, you know, you dive deeper, it's like you feel a part of the process, you know, at that point. So it's like, I don't know, I think oldies really has like, it makes me feel like, you know, one day I want to make oldies or something like that, you know, like slow it down a lot more and when I get older, and I think that's what it maybe hopefully becomes, you know, some very just original, you know, sounding.
Okay. You know what? I'm curious. Let me ask you this question. I know that like, just certain things that you do, like let's say on Swallow the album or you know, Yellow Pajamas or on Lemonface, right? You have tracks of just beats, right? And they're dope beats, right? Like you just vibe to it, you know. And it's not like you're not even anticipating the lyrics. You're just like, yo, man, you just vibing to this dope beat, you know what I'm saying? And I was just curious, like, why do you like to do that? Like, why do you just put beats on a track and then that's it, no lyrics?
I like to give people the feeling of like I said, like they're a part of it. Like they can like almost like if you're just chilling with the homies and you're bumping it, you could just freestyle to that track and that one's yours to keep. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more so like I just like to let people experience it without me. It's almost like I don't want to talk too much, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Just listen to the music. And
Okay.
sometimes you gotta take the vocals out and just let people listen to how great the music is. So
That's dope, man. That's dope.
you know what
Okay,
I
okay. Yeah,
mean?
because that's something I like. I like that you do on your
Thank you,
records and
bro.
stuff.
I think I'll always do that. Every project I always have that one that's just, you know.
Yeah, and especially now that you made it clear, and just like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
know.
I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. So even though that you're a solo artist, right? You're technically a part of a group called 1207.
Right.
So I guess this is a two-part question. What has being in a group of rappers and producers taught you? And also, what have you done to stand out within the group?
Being in a group like that, so versatile,
Yeah.
it shows you range. It shows you like that no door can just be closed. Like you can at least dip your toes in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's possible, even if it's not your lane. Like that's definitely what it taught me. Just to just to always be open-minded when it comes to hearing something or hearing someone out, even just
Yeah.
a conversation. Just being a good person, being a good human being. You know what I mean? Just practicing that. I think just like trying to hold more conversations with people that actually have substance rather than just, maybe if you're not in the mood to talk or someone is, and like, I don't know, man, just kind of like putting yourself, like, of course yourself first, but, be mindful of other people's feelings, and how they feel, and like what it is that they like and want to make, because I feel like what I had to contribute to everybody was just the feeling of like, fuck it, man, this is what we're gonna do, like I said, like being so young, like I was it's almost like if I'm just like one of the main just pieces of the puzzle, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you take me or just pretty much like you take it out of the picture, it's just like it's almost like there's no beginning there.
Yeah. Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if my contribution or to the group, what it is I think it's just getting things started for everybody, allowing people to believe in themselves and like to know that we're taking a risk and this shit's gonna be a wild journey. But like fuck it, bro, I'll put my name out there first and like, because that's what it was, out of everybody in the group, I dropped music first, and like I said, under the alias of Antic Tone, and you can go find that music still on YouTube and I'm sure SoundCloud. But that's about 8-9 years ago, way before Chill Bill, and you go listen to those records and like I said, you just can see like where it started and the reason why certain people reached out and wanted to be, to work or just, like I said, I'm at home and I'm able to post it on Facebook. Y'all got a home studio. Any kid that wants to make music is going to be like, bro, what? Like,
exactly.
So linking up with Rob, j.davis, we all went, grew up in Lemon Grove. We all went to the same schools. And then in high school, both of them, they went to Helix High School. They came to my high school, Mount Miguel. And I remember just like as soon as they got there, they wanted to make music. They wanted to just do something. They wanted to just hang out. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like I was always a kid that was kind of just like, I wasn't popular in high school. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I'm just this kid that wants to make music. And so I think once they came to my school, a lot of people I can tell were just kind of like, why are you guys hanging out with J Spooks? Why are you guys hanging out with Joey? You know what I'm saying? Why are you guys hanging out with this guy? Like, because they were popular, j.davis and Rob. They were the popular kids at Helix, you know what I'm saying? And anytime, like I said, they just got that energy that everybody likes. J.Davis got high energy. A lot of people fuck with the high energy, and he's turned up. Rob got a very chilling, you know what I'm saying, very solid, to him. So like it just all of us together, I think. Then for me it was kind of just like I think people just were trying to figure me out. So it was kind of like I'm just like this mystery maybe, and like all three of us together it just kind of like blended so well, like it was Neapolitan or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what, as you were talking, look, forgive me if this is a corny reference, right? Forgive me for everybody out there, but when you were speaking and describing it, it kind of reminded me of like the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Of like let's say you got Thor, you got Captain America, and Iron Man, and then but all together, y'all saved the world. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
and that's
up.
exactly what y'all did. Y'all took over the world. You know what I'm saying? Together. You know what I'm saying? But like individually, you do you. You're saying like you're Thor, like he's an Iron Man, but y'all do. You guys have your own space and strengths. You know what I'm saying? But bring y'all together, ain't no stopping y'all.
Oh,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So forgive me
man.
for that corny
No,
reference.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
You know, it's crazy
Yeah.
because when you put that reference, even just to San Diego,
yeah,
you know, just being like, because numbers don't lie, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
numbers don't lie,
It
my
is
brother,
what
of
it is,
course.
bro. Like, 1207 is #1 in San Diego, and, you know, we can say that proudly, whether the group is together or not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we all contributed to
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No matter if who's on the record or not, we all, as a whole, the energy was there that
That's
night
right.
in the studio. I'm not saying creating the song, but just being a part of the process.
Of course,
you know what
of
I'm
course.
saying? Just
And just being part of the team.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, you never know the background of anything.
yeah, because when
Yeah.
you, like you said, when you got a team, it goes way further. You know, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, you got so many. You know, you got this guy that knows these people,
That's right.
this guy knows these people, this guy knows that people, etc. all around.
Yeah.
And then when you bring it all together, it's like you got this whole crowd.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't know you, but when they figure you out, or you give people a chance to like get to know you, and they end up liking you,
Yeah.
it's just like I said, and that's like where I feel like I always with my place. It was like I was never really the one to be like, oh, look at me, but like whatever I did do something, it was like people just loved it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I can just go on stage and could be fucked up and be this asshole guy and like with my long hair and blonde, and I can be this dirtbag, and any girl would, or any guy would love it. You know what I'm saying? Just, I'm not saying in like a sexual way. I'm just
I know
saying,
what you're saying, I know what
you
you're
know,
saying.
any guy or girl, I can just, you know, I can be stinky as fuck on stage,
yeah.
bro. I can go jump in the crowd and these people are
Yeah.
gonna catch me and like
No doubt.
love me, you know. But
On some swat shit.
yeah, on some swat shit, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
hell
saying?
yeah.
But it's just like being able to experience that and then to grow out of it is the
course.
best feeling.
No doubt.
Because I didn't want to be a 26-year-old on some swat shit.
No
You know
doubt,
what I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
Like some swat shit, I'll leave that shit for the kids and like let it be for like the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? I think just being a better role model for myself, and like even people that just go through getting on drugs or like whatever it is they feel, you know, when they listen to my music. I know a lot of people, it's very triggering. When they listen to my music, it makes them sad, or you know, they feel. If you go read the comments on SoundCloud, you know, a lot of it's crazy stuff, you know, these kids are saying, like, you know, and or the DMs that you get sometimes from people across the world that are just, you know, probably just going through it and just need somebody to say, you know, hey, you know, thank you for supporting me, bro. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people can't even just, you know, come out and just say a simple "I love you." You know, even if it's just being nice.
Exactly. You know what? I remember a couple months ago when we met for this. You mentioned that you taught yourself how to play the piano. You know what I'm saying? Just to contribute to the team. You know what I'm saying? To just bring more talent to the team. You know what I'm saying? Can you just touch on that? Just because I thought that was pretty cool, and maybe, you know, some kids could learn about that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like just my love for music, I always like felt like, just like after the record came out, Chill Bill, specifically, just being on stage and like just or being in the studio. This is a good example. Being in the studio and being around so many talented individuals, producers, engineers, other artists that got so much, or let's just talk about producers, engineers that are, like, actually have the vibe. The ones that are setting the vibe for you, right? The ones, all right, you're just this rapper, you're going in the studio, you don't make beats, nothing. You're just there to do your vocals. And then when you're there for days at a time, you start to notice that you don't have much to offer but your vocals. And other than you going and doing that in that short amount of time, the whole other time it's like these a sound is getting created. And it's like, I feel like if you're just, not everybody's going to be hands-on, but for me specifically, if I'm not hands-on with it, I just feel like it's not really like real to me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it makes a lot of sense.
I need something.
I
I need to put something in there for me to just, it's like my signature on it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's cool,
whatever it is, I could literally have no part in it and just say what I like. And that makes me feel good.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's just about giving the other, like I said, giving other people the chance to like show you what they're good at, or like, and just trusting people, because that always comes back and it resonates to you.
That's right.
Because people in the back of their mind are like, oh, that dude's cool. He's not fucking just all about himself.
That's right. That's right.
I can actually have a good time with him in the studio, and we can actually make good music. So I think that's, you know, where it comes from.
Now, you drop a lot of music, right? Which I love. As a fan, you know, I love that you do that. But you're not as active as others on social media, and you also don't do a lot of interviews. Now, do you think that it helps an artist's mental health to only allow the music to speak for them and control the narrative?
I think it varies on the artist. I think I don't know, like for me personally, I think I like to have things that are like special to me, like personal. Just because I have, besides off of social media, there's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm really living a life. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. It's, you know what I'm saying? There's ups and downs just like anybody else. You know, it's a life. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's a lot of special things that I love to keep personal, and I love to have that just for me. And I think that's like a lot of times people want to have a little more, and I think it just depends on the artist, man. You know what I mean? Like, cause obviously, you know, I want to be a lot more giving. I just like, there's just certain things where I'm just kind of like, you know what, like when the time is, you know, there, it'll come out. You know, I feel like there's a lot of things that just don't need to be done or said yet, or a lot of things that I don't even need to say myself. You know, like when I think back on terms of hip hop, I just think, you know, I remember watching old interviews or whatever it is, and a lot of times, like back then, the artists weren't speaking for themselves when it came to like how dope you were. It was always the people around you, your entourage, or just fans. You know what I mean? So I always try to keep that in perspective. You know, don't lose sight of like my love for music for the clout or the idea of like being rich and famous. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, what do you have planned for the future? What can your fans expect?
Man, like I took like during the time during the pandemic and all that just to really learn, like I said, learn the piano and just take it back to basics and just pick up where I really left off. You know, like a lot of times in life, I feel like people can really get lost on their journey, you know, and get ahead of themselves. And sometimes you gotta take it back and you gotta, you know, relearn certain things or just take the time to just experience and feel what it is you're feeling in that moment, and you know, put it back out there into the universe, and you know, just kind of be more accepting about it. So I think the supporters, you know, they can expect just a lot of good quality music this year, just more consistency. You know, I know it's very cliche for any artist to say, but you know, it's a lot of work that has been, you know, but like I said, behind the scenes is, you know, a lot going on. So I think, you know, it's a good year to start dropping music again, and just to get myself, you know, like back into the groove of dropping music again, because the creative part has never stopped. You know, the creative process is just the actual like putting it out and you know, letting people hear, you know, what it is I'm working on, what I'm talking about. So
No, and I believe you, because I mean, you know, with all the music that you drop, you know, I believe that, you know, you're gonna give us even more amazing things, no doubt. Okay.
Sure,
now, when it's all said and done, right? How do you want to be remembered in hip hop?
In hip hop, just want to be remembered just like this. You know, that guy loved music. You know, that guy like he sacrificed a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of his personal time. You know, you take time away from family. You know, all the things the little things that the people don't see. You know what I mean? I just want to be remembered, just like I said, just for the love of music. When people hear my name or hear my voice, I just want them to think, you know, this guy made good music, and you know, like I can appreciate that. I don't want it to be like, you know, numbers or what I did. You know, I think me touching people is like really enough for me, and it makes me feel like I'm doing everything I need to do. If there's a person hitting me up, even just once a week, just telling me thank you, you saved my life, or you know how many times I've gotten those kind of messages, and just to hear that is like, that's insane to me. You know, for someone to say, you know, I stopped them from committing suicide or whatever, those things are so crazy and need to be taken so seriously. And you know, when I'm on drugs, when I think back to like reading these messages, I'm just this kid. You know what I mean? These kids are looking up to this kid, or these adults are looking down to this kid. You know, I'm younger. You know, so it kind of just like, it plays with your head a little bit. It makes you think. You know, like it makes you question like what you really like, and it really puts you to the test. In certain situations, you'll notice you get caught up maybe not being your you know, who you really think you are. Like, you know, it's just all about figuring yourself out. And with me, I definitely found out who I am through music, and I just want that to just, like I said, just whenever you see or hear me, just you think of music.
Oh, no, that's what I'm
You know what I
talking
mean?
about. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
All right, my brother. So for all the J Spooks fans out there, and for people who just became a fan, how can they contact you? And also, where can they find your music?
Um, all my music on all platforms: Spotify,
Okay.
Apple Music. You know, all the
Yeah.
ones: SoundCloud, YouTube.
Of course.
Just look up J Spooks, and contact me. You know, hopefully run into each other one day.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
play, you
Okay,
know,
okay.
whatever it is, man.
So you on Instagram and all that stuff? Okay, no doubt, no doubt. All right, man. So do you have any shout outs?
Any shout outs? Maybe just all the homies, man. You know, people I came up with, just, you know, just to know that, you know, we did some crazy things. You know,
Yeah.
we experienced life on a whole nother level. Not everybody gets to experience life and do the things we did. You know, we're blessed, and, you know, things work out differently for different people. And, like I said, the love will always be there, just,
Yeah.
you know, just for the fact that what we did with music. And we definitely have our foot, you know, in San Diego, and they know who we are, you know, forever. So,
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, okay.
you know, it's something that I'm very proud of, you know, but
Yeah.
just to do that with your friends is, you know,
Yeah, man, that's
you
amazing.
go
I can
on
only
road trips
imagine.
with your friends,
Yeah,
bro. You know,
yeah,
you do
yeah.
things like that to experience like some life-changing shit, and to go from broke to, you know, mentally being rich is a blessing, bro.
Yeah. And big up Lemon Grove, right?
Yeah, bro. Big up to Lemon Grove, man.
Yeah.
Changed my life.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Well, it was very nice to sit down with you, my
My
brother.
pleasure,
Thank you
yeah.
so much
No
for
doubt,
being here
bro.
on Drinks with JD.
Yep.
Let's cheers.
Cheers,
And I
man.
appreciate you, my
No
brother.
doubt, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Day, go work.
Just for the,
I feel you, bro.
yeah. So what do you think, man?
Yeah, dope, bro. It was a good interview,
Yeah?
man. Yeah.